So this is just a quick review of the game I recently got called Fight and Rage. Now, I had played it previously before, but as I recently bought it, thought I'd just give my 2 cents about it. For the people who have never heard of it before, it's a horizontally scrolling beat 'em up along the lines of Streets of Rage, Final Fight, that kind of thing. It's been out for a little while now, and they seem to be updating it fairly regularly as well, which is promising at least. I have played a few horizontally scrolling beat 'em ups, like I think the Takeover is a more recent one, and then there was one coming to the Switch as well, and I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. A lot of them stick very true to the Streets Race. In fact, some of these you say they're blatant rip-offs using similar characters. This game's very different, however. It's using pixel art. Now, I'm not a huge fan of pixel art unless it's done really well. I find that a lot of pixel art is just really done for just speediness, and to be honest, a lot of it just doesn't look good usually. Some of it's used in a very lazy way, and they say it's for the retro aesthetic, but to be honest, I've played retro games in the NES era, and they seem to look a lot better than some of these so-called retro-looking games now. But no, this pixel art is done actually pretty well, and it has some pretty good animation, but what I really like is, especially when you see these really cool effects, like in the backgrounds at some stage, you see this almost like Mode 7, flashy PlayStation kind of effect. It's really cool stuff, so there's a lot of effort, and the music is actually spectacularly good. It's some of my favourite music, and if there's a soundtrack, I'd probably actually buy that. So initially you start select 3 characters, usual fast but weak, strong but slow, and then a mixture of the two. They all play quite differently, and they all have some special moves. I think one of the feedbacks I would give the game is it does need more moves. You have basically jump and your attacks and a few special moves, but I do really think it needs some more, like perhaps a back attacking move, like using jump and attack at the same time. I think that would really help it. One of the things it does do, which is pretty cool, it's got a quite good combo system, and it's even got a parry mechanic as well, which I'm still not that good at that, but yeah, you press forward when timing an attack and you parry it. And it's usual thing as well, where you start the missions and you fight through a bit. What's really cool is these branching pathways. Some are fairly obvious and some are not quite so obvious. Like, I'll give you one. One of the first boss, it holds one of the character hostage, and if you go and attack it kills the character. But if you happen to pick up a knife beforehand and throw the knife to hit him, you actually get a different branching path as well. So that's pretty cool. On the whole, I really enjoyed the game. It's definitely a great beat 'em up. The only real issues, as I said, apart we could do with some more moves, some difficulty spikes here and there. The parry mechanic is very hard to get used to as well. But you know, with the high quality pixel art graphics, the great music, the satisfying combat, and there's even unlockables as well. When you play through a game, you earn points, and depending on how many points you can get coins, which you can then use to unlock stuff as well. It's all pretty cool, so I hope they do continue to support the game, and it's definitely worth taking a look at.